Hey guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are all having a great day and you're excited to get started. I know I am. This is the first time that we're showcasing something like this, and I think you guys are going to really love what we have to offer here. Hey guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry, I'm going to pause.
Hope you guys are all having a great
Gonna
day.
mute this here. By the way, we're also streaming live on our YouTube channel. If you guys want to follow us on YouTube, just search for Lumi Wealth, the name of our company, right down here. If you want to follow us on YouTube as well. Right. So if that's a little easier for you to do that rather than the Zoom meeting, you could do so through YouTube as well. Okay, perfect. I'm just waiting for a few more people to fill in here. We're having some last minute people. Today is going to be a very hands-on lesson. So it's pretty important that you guys pay attention to it throughout this whole process. So be ready to have your laptops out, be ready to follow along and actually get this all set up because today we're going to have, by the end of the class today, we're going to have you guys all running algorithms. All right. Very cool. Okay, we're getting a lot of people coming in here. I'm just giving a little bit more time so that we can get everyone. Perfect. Okay. So let's kind of get started here a little bit as there's going to be more people trickling in, but we can kind of get this show on the road while these people are coming in. So let me first of all tell you about the agenda for today. So this is what we're going to be doing today. Okay. So first of all, we're going to set up a broker for you to be able to trade this stuff. All right. So we're going to be using the broker called Alpaca is a broker that we're going to be using. Then we're going to set up an account on something called Replit, which is where your code is going to live. And you're going to be able to actually put your strategy up there, up on Replit, and it'll automatically run for you there. This Replit makes it really easy too, because this way you don't need to set up anything on your computer. It's going to be completely in the cloud. You don't really have to worry about all the details of how to get something like this working on your computer. Then number three, we're going to add a strategy in. There's two strategies I'm giving you guys today that you'll be able to use. They're pretty basic strategies, right? We're not giving you the craziest things that we have, but they're strategies that have good back testing results. I think you guys would find pretty interesting. So, more basic strategies, but you'll be able to run with those as well. Yeah. One of them is actually a strategy I personally have my own money in as well. So, goes to show that, I definitely have some faith in it. Then after we add the strategy, I'm going to show you how to modify the parameters. So if you want to change the algorithm in any kind of way, I'll show you how to do that. It's actually quite simple. You just change this little Python dictionary thing. I'll show you how to do that when we get there. Then we're going to talk about deployment, which is if you want this bot to be running for you constantly 24/7, we'll show you how to do that. It's just a few button clicks. And then we'll talk about next steps. If you want to get more of our algorithms, or if you want to be part of some of our bigger classes and things like that, we'll cover some of the next steps that you can take. All right. So great. So that's our agenda. Now, just some notes before we get started. First of all, the recording of this workshop is only available to people that are part of one of our plans. Okay, we have three different plans. If you go to our website, you'll see that we have a starter plan, a pro plan, and an all access plan. Okay, if you are part of one of those plans, which I see a couple people in here, you'll be able to get this recording shortly after. It takes a few hours to process. We'll probably have it up by tomorrow. All right. But you need to be part of one of these plans to get the recording. Okay, so this is a live only thing right now. If you want the recording, you need to sign up for one of these, which means you can actually get started with our starter plan. It's only $1 to get started, and then it's $49 a month afterwards. All right, so it's a 1 week free trial, $1, and then $49 a month afterwards. All right, and then again, you can see all of our plans at lumiwealth.com. I showed you that there, and I'll tell you more about these plans at the end. We'll save that for later. We'll get you guys getting some value first, right? Okay, cool. So before I get started, I want to share with you the link to my slides I'm looking at here so you guys can follow along, because there are some things in here that you will need to click on and you'll need to copy, right? So I put the link to this presentation into the chat, into the Zoom chat. Okay, if you are listening on if you're doing this on YouTube, can I put a comment here on YouTube? Let me see if I can do this. I don't see how to put this up on YouTube. So I guess if you're following from YouTube, you won't be able to get this link here, but that's all right. I don't think we have too many people watching on YouTube, do we? I don't know how to check. Oh, one person is watching on YouTube. Okay, I don't know if that's one of our employees or not. Okay, cool. All right, so you guys ready to get started? Who's ready to get started? Excited?
Woohoo! I am.
Awesome.
Let's go, Robert.
Thanks, Worth. Awesome. Very cool. Okay, so let's do it. So step one, let's set up our broker. Okay, so we're using a broker called Alpaca. So the URL to them, it's a little funny. It's www.alpaca.markets. This is what their website looks like. Okay, so I'm going to share the link with you again inside the chat. And I'm also going to sign up. I'm going to create a new account right now with you guys, okay, to kind of just show you what it looks like, right? So if you go to alpaca.markets, there's a lot of people joining here late. Hopefully, you guys, for those of you guys that just joined, try to keep up, try to follow along. You need to open up an account with Alpaca. So you go to www.alpaca.markets right here, right? And you can follow along and you can open up an account there, right? So when you get to this broker, all you need to do is hit sign up for free. Okay. It's quite simple. There's a button. Well, for me, it's just logging me in. Let me log out and I'll do another one. I have like a bunch of accounts with these guys. So let me do this from the beginning, just so you guys can see kind of how it works. Sign up for free. You click that button and then fill in your name, email, all that stuff. This is if you auto-filled, I've seen some people get stuck on this. If it auto-filled the United States, make sure you actually click on United States here, right? Because it's required they actually click on that because it's looking for that. It's a weird little thing that I've seen people get stuck on. I'm going to make a new email here. I'm going to go Rob plus workshop, workshop 0, I'll call it. And I'm going to pick a password. Let's see. Let me just I'll make a new password here. I have a password manager that I use. If you guys aren't using a password manager, strongly recommend it. It's definitely good security practices to do this. So there you go. So I created this. I got my password in there. I filled in my first name, last name, country, email, and my password. All right. A little pro tip for those of you that maybe want to open up a bunch of accounts with Alpaca. You might want to do that if you have different strategies running all at the same time. You could have one account per strategy. A little pro tip is when you put your email in, my email normally is rob@lumiwealth.com, but then notice I put in this plus workshop 0, right? Basically what this does is anything after the plus allows you to like put in whatever you want, right? So when I do this, this email is going to actually get sent to rob@lumiwealth.com. I'll get it, but I'll have a different account. So this way I can use the same email multiple times, right? So I've signed up there. You should get an email to verify your email address. Right. And then I confirm my account. I'm just doing that on my phone here. There we go. Account verified. You guys can see that. Okay. And then I'm going to go back and log in. Alpaca markets. Okay. And then I'm going to log in to Alpaca. All right. So remember me, I'm going to log in. Okay. And that's it, right? Very simple. Create an account with Alpaca, right? For those of you that just joined, I see a bunch of people, you guys just joined in here. Let me share this with you again. I'm going to share the link to the presentation that we're going through. I also just want to make these quick notes again. The recording of this workshop is only going to be available to paying customers. So you can go through this with us live right now, but if you want the recording, you need to pay for one of our classes. Our cheapest class starts at $1. Quite cheap, right? It's $1 free trial and then $49 a month after that. And then we have a bunch of other plans too, which I'll tell you about near the end. Okay. And again, if you just joined, you're not too far behind yet. What we just did was we made an account at Alpaca. which the URL is alpaca.markets. I'm going to share that inside the chat here. So all you guys need to do is go in there, create an account. It's a free account. This is going to be the broker that we're using to actually trade. Okay. So can I get a show of hands of who here has done this process? Who here now has an account with Alpaca? Is anyone having any troubles with this? You could type it onto chat if you want, saying you have an account, or if you're having any trouble, you could turn on your microphone or type it in the chat. Let me know either way, whether you guys are all set up or not. All right, so seeing some chats coming in here. Okay, have an account created. Perfect. Just set one up. Awesome. I love the muscle thing there too. Perfect. Thanks, guys. Awesome. Okay, cool. So that's step one. Okay. So now once you've created an account with Alpaca, you're going to see a screen like this. I want you to ignore this for now. This whole thing is going to tell you account type, individual, that sort of thing. Ignore this, okay? I even have it here in our slides, a big X over it. Ignore that, okay? What we're going to do instead is we're going to click on home in the top left-hand corner, okay? Top left-hand corner, click on home, right? And that's going to show you your portfolio, and it should look like this once it loads up, right? It's about $100,000 is the default that we all start off with, and you should see that. And you could scroll down, you'll see here, you know, you have $200,000 buying power, you have 100,000 in cash, you don't have any positions yet, you don't have any orders yet, right? So it's like a brand new account with fake money that we're going to be using for this bot, right? Now, once you're in here, right? So here's basically go to home, right? Next step is we want to get our API keys, right? So what are API keys? For those of you that are not familiar, that have never worked with any of this kind of stuff before, API keys are kind of a fancy way of saying your password, right? But it is a temporary password that we use for communicating with the broker through code, okay? So this API key is going to be, for me, I can see here, view API keys, you see that button. For those of you that have a smaller screen, you may have to scroll to the bottom and it might be down at the bottom. But in either case, you want to click on this View API Keys button, wherever it is on your screen. Okay, so here I'm going to click on that. And then once you click on the View API Keys, once you found that, then you want to click Generate New Keys. Okay, so again, View API Keys, you find that button, whether it's at the right-hand side or below. Sometimes it's in a different spot. Click on that button, and then click Generate New Keys, okay? And when you're finished, what it should look like is something like this. You have a key and you have a secret, okay? We're going to be using these later, so leave this page open for now, okay? Leave it open. Don't move it like this. We're going to need this key and this secret in steps further down, all right? Okay. Okay, cool. So we got the key, we got the secret. And make sure you guys have that handy. All right. Okay, so we got your keys and your secrets, right? And we have your Alpaca account set up. Okay. Anyone have trouble with that? Anyone got stuck there? Anyone having issues? Carol says way behind. Carol, all you got to do is go to alpaca.markets, www.alpaca.markets. It should look like this. Create an account, right? I sent you the link inside the chat. Sign up or create an account with them, verify your email, and then once you log in, you just want to get your API keys. Okay, we'll be coming back to this, right? Cedric says trying to find keys. Your button may be down below, Cedric. You might have to scroll down to the bottom in order to find it, right? Or what you could do is you could also just find it. If you go Control F, you could just go View API, right? You could search for API in here and it'll show up, right? If you're having trouble finding it, right? But it's this button that says View API Keys, right? Mine now says Hide because I've clicked on it and I generated, right? So I don't want to get rid of this, right? But it's going to be either to the right-hand side or you have to scroll down and it'll be lower on your page, right?
It's under the quick trade tab.
Sorry, what was that?
It's under quick trade.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Worth. Yeah, it's under the quick trade thing here. So if you look under quick trade, you'll see View API Keys under quick trade. I don't know why they decided to put it there. It seems like a strange spot to me, but whatever. That's where it is. Cool. Anyone else having trouble? Michael says, I can't find where to log in. Well, just go to alpaca.markets, go to the main website, right? So I posted this in the chat. Go to alpaca.markets, go to the main page and click login. Right? Because once you've done that, once you've verified it, sometimes they don't have that login button anywhere. So maybe just go back to the main homepage and you can log in there. Let me know if that works for you. All right. Anyone else having any issues? Anyone else stuck anywhere? Okay. Cool. So I'm going to keep pushing forward. Let me know if you guys are stuck anywhere, if you need to catch up. Basically, all we did is create this Alpaca account and then find your keys. That's it. Sorry, is someone speaking there? No? Okay. All right. Okay. So now let's go to the next step.
We were just.
Yeah, Michael, go ahead. Hey, Michael, do you have a question?
I just got.
You're getting cut off there. I'm hearing that you just got something, but I didn't hear what else you said after that. Okay. All right. Well, Michael, if you need help, let me know. You can turn your mic or type in the chat or whatever. Okay. All right. Cool. So now that you have your Alpaca account, and hopefully you guys all have that and you're all set up. Okay. Next thing that we want to do. So Carol says, got account, but can't figure out next step. So Carol, have you logged in? Once you've logged in, you need to click on home in the top left-hand corner. Click on home, right? And then view API keys will be either on your right-hand side or down near the bottom. Okay, but you have to click on home first. All right. I'm going to display mine again here. I'm going to hit regenerate on mine because once they disappear, they disappear. So you have to regenerate. Okay, perfect. Carol got there. Awesome. Great. Okay, cool. So next step. The next website we're going to be using is called Replit. Okay. If you're wondering what this name means, a REPL is kind of like a Python term that like you just open up like a thing to quickly type in code. That's kind of what they do. So go over to replit.com and I'm going to share this in the chat because it's kind of a funny spelling. All right, www.replit.com. And when you get there, it should look something like this. Okay. This is not actually how it looks. This is me logged in. Let me log out and I'll show you what it looks like. So you should see something like this, right? Big buttons, very obvious on how to actually do this, right? You can either click on the start creating or click on sign up. Just click on one of the blue buttons, right? So click, right? And then you can continue with email or whatever the heck you want, right? Make an account. It should be fairly straightforward. I believe it's free. It should be free. You don't need to pay anything yet. Later on, if you want to deploy your algorithm, that does cost some money, but that's not a requirement, right? And it's not something you need to do right now. So just create an account with them, replit.com. Once you create an account, you should be able to get into their dashboard. And it should look like this, right? This is basically the dashboard, right? So once you've created an account, I forgot what the process looks like exactly because I haven't made one for some time. But I'm assuming you probably verify your email or something like that. But once you've created an account, you'll get to the dashboard and it looks like this, right? So let me know once you guys get here. And let me know if you guys are having trouble. Please type in the chat, that you got here or that you're stuck somewhere. Brian says all set. Perfect. Great, Brian. Awesome. Let's hear from whoever else gets in here. And Brian, by the way, did you have to like verify your email or put in your credit card or anything like that? I don't think you did, right? I'm pretty sure that's not the case. Just use Gmail login. Okay, cool. Yeah, so pretty straightforward. Peishing says, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, says start building the template. You could ignore that for now. We're going to be using a template, but just ignore that for now. You don't have to start building the template. I will give you those template links. All right. Brian says hit explore on the bottom right. Either way, you know, if you want to check out this page, you don't necessarily have to be on this page. Just the point is that you have an account open. That's the main thing. We're not really going to be doing anything from this page, so don't really worry if you're not seeing this specific thing in front of me right now. The important thing is that you create an account and that you can access replit.com. Okay. All right, cool. Anyone else got here? So we can see that a couple here done with Replit, Cedric. Okay, perfect. Okay, so sounds like a lot of you guys are getting this finished, right? Is anyone having any trouble? Hopefully this is pretty straightforward, right? This should be a pretty easy one. Okay. So there we go. I'm going to keep moving on, right? Because I feel like that should be pretty straightforward. When you guys log in, it shouldn't be too hard. Yeah. Michael says, yes, I am still in Alpaca. So are you stuck somewhere, Michael, with Alpaca? Did you create a Replit account yet? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Michael. I can't tell if you're having a problem with Alpaca or if you're stuck somewhere or if you're done with both. I can't really tell by your comment there, Michael. And feel free to turn on your microphones, guys. If you have a question, feel free to turn on your mics. Right? You don't have to type out in the chat. You can turn on your microphone. You can ask a question too. That's why we do this live, right? So it's a lot easier to do it that way.
Yeah, I am on. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. So I am on the welcome to Alpaca page.
Okay.
And you know, I got lost because I couldn't have the you know, the login ID stuff. So
okay, so did you create an account with Alpaca yet?
yes.
Okay, so you've created an account,
Yeah.
right? And once you've created an account, then you need to go to home in the top left-hand corner and then view API keys. Have you done that?
I'm trying to find home here. My screen is all screwed up, so
Your screen is all screwed up. Okay. Well, when you're logged in, once you've logged into your Alpaca account, in the top left-hand corner is home. You see that?
Yeah, I'm home now.
Perfect. And then your API keys, you should see a button that says View API Keys either on the right-hand side or down near the bottom. Can you see that somewhere?
Yep.
Yes?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so click on that. Yeah, click on the View API Keys and then click Generate New Keys. Click that button. And then you should see something like this, key and secret. Right? These are basically like your username and password, like a temporary one that we're going to use with the code.
Yeah.
So you got that?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, now next step is you go to replit.com, right? So I'll share that in the chat as well. You go there and just create an account with them, right?
All right.
It's pretty straightforward. You just click on, you know, start creating or sign up or whatever, and just log in. And once you've logged in, you're all good to go. All right. Okay, great, cool. Anyone else having any issues? Anyone else stuck anywhere? Because now we're going to get to the fun part. We're almost there. We're very close to getting this algorithm up and running. It's actually quite simple. You know, if we had to do this, if you had to do this over again, I bet you guys can get this up and running in like 10 minutes. You know, it's actually very, very quick. Okay. So now that you guys have that up and running, now is when we're going to add in a strategy. Okay. So as I mentioned, I have two strategies here for you guys. I'm giving you guys this for free. We have much more complicated strategies and much more better backtesting results and all that kind of stuff for strategies when you guys sign up for our paid programs. We give you a lot more of this. These are two simpler strategies that I'm giving to you guys. They have good backtesting results. I can show you them if you want. One of them, this diversified leverage, I actually put my own money in, real money that I've been trading and made some good money off it so far. But these are two more basic ones. If you guys want the more advanced ones, sign up to our program and you guys can get access to more of our algorithms. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on this first one. Okay. The crypto custom ETF. Here's the link. I'm going to share this in the chat. All right. And this is what's called a template, a Replit template that we're going to be using to run our algorithms. Okay. So when we do this within, for those of you guys that are members already of one of our plans, essentially, we're kind of doing the same sort of thing as the way that we would run it from the rest of our algorithms as well. So Worth, for example, I know you're in one of our classes. If you were to do this, you wouldn't go from a template like this. You would go from maybe one of our GitHub things, right, where our strategy library lives, right? I could show you how to do that another day as well, Worth, if you're interested. But this is kind of the more simpler version where we're just doing it from templates. Okay, so again, so I shared this template with you guys. Just click on that link, right? When you click on the link, you'll get something that looks like this. Okay. Here is the template. This is a template specifically for this algorithm here, the crypto custom ETF algorithm. Now, this, if you go into README, you'll see that there's a bunch of stuff in here. I don't know why that didn't show up by default, but inside the README, you'll see a disclaimer about this algorithm. You'll see a description of what this algorithm does. Basically, it buys 3 different assets, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, and just rebalances between the 3. It's a very simple algorithm. Okay, and then here's the getting started instructions, right, where we kind of already covered a bunch of this, creating an Alpaca account, getting the keys, creating the REPL, which we'll cover right now. And then we're going to cover entering your keys and then running a strategy. So it's quite simple. So it's all in there. And there's also some description here of what all the secrets are if you guys want to take it a step further, right? So all of that is inside the README file. Okay, so either way, once you guys get here, just click on Use Template. Simply click on this button up here, right? I'm gonna know if you guys have used it. I want to actually see if this number goes up. But click on Use Template. Okay. Once you click on Use Template, you'll see that you could fill in a name. Feel free to change the name if you want to. You don't have to, right? But then once you're done with the name, click on Use Template again. This button here, right? So Use Template, okay? And then what's going to happen is this is going to create a new REPL for you, which is essentially a new coding environment. And then it's going to ask you, do you want to configure missing secret values? Yes, you do. So you want to click on Manage Secrets. Okay. You want to click on this Manage Secrets button. This part is quite important because this will make your life a heck of a lot easier down the line. All right. So click on Manage Secrets. Okay. Now, once you have done that, you'll see secrets off to the right here. And there's basically 2 blanks that you got to fill in. This is where we're going to put our API key and secret. Okay. But before I show you that, I want to ask, how are you guys doing with this? Did everyone get here? Are you guys all able to get here? Is anyone stuck anywhere? Brian says all set. Perfect.
Could you show us again where you grab the API key? Sorry, I got on a little bit late for the Alpaca.
Sure. So Alpaca, you create an account with Alpaca. Once you create an account, click on Home. And then there's a button that says View API Keys. You click on that and then Generate Keys. And you should get a key and a secret. All right. Let me know if that makes sense.
Thank you.
Got it? No problem. All right. And then you also want to make an account with Replit, with replit.com, if you haven't done so yet. Okay. So ask again. So who is anyone else stuck? Are you guys all able to get here? Let me know who is here right now. Are you at this page right now? You're in the right spot. If you've gone this far, you see Alpaca API key and secret. You can see this these buttons here basically that allow us to add these values in. We're going to be filling in these values.
I am over at the. I'm using my phone, so it's a little harder.
Okay.
And then I have a laptop which doesn't have Zoom, so I'm going back and forth.
Okay.
So I'm a Replit. I am on the home page.
Okay.
I mean, I got stuck over there.
Yeah. So if you're on a home page, you create an account, right? So create an account with Replit. Okay. And once you create an account, you have to click on the link that I sent in the chat, right? So if you're doing this on your laptop, that's going to be a little difficult because you actually need to click on this link. So you have to send yourself this link somehow. email it to yourself or something like that, or type it out manually. But this link is quite important, right? You click on the link and this is the URL right here. Okay.
Okay. I think I'm going to type it.
Okay.
So I type in on the page.
Well, this is the URL that you have to go to, right? So see how I type this into my browser like this and I hit enter, right?
Yeah.
That's the URL. This is what it looks like. Use template, right? This is where you need to get to. Okay.
Okay.
For everyone else that has Zoom on their computer, they could just click on the link. It will automatically open up like this. Right? All right, cool. What about the rest of you guys? Is everyone else here, or have you guys all gotten to this point where we are now ready to fill in the API keys? Who else is here? I saw Jamar said good. Christina, Brian says he's good. Baron says he's good. Sounds like most of you guys are here, right? Is anyone else stuck? Anyone else stuck somewhere before we continue? Okay, cool. So now
I'm stuck. Wait, excuse me. I'm sorry. So
sure, yeah, go ahead, Ben.
On the Lumen, so I'm on, it says configure missing secret values. This repla contains secrets, blah, blah, blah. And it says dismiss or manage secrets. I think I have to hit manage secrets. Is that correct?
Yes. Click on manage secrets. Exactly.
Okay, now it has the codes. Okay.
Yeah, you
I'm
should
back
see this
to
screen after. This should be the
now.
screen you see.
Thank you.
No problem. Perfect. Okay.
I'm having problems. I typed in the thing and I have results for, and it's try just replit.css and a bunch of other stuff. So I have no idea where y'all are.
Sorry, what'd you type in?
I typed in, but I'm doing Zoom on my phone, so I had to type in the first link that you gave us, and it just came up results for, and then it gives me a bunch of other stuff. So I don't know where y'all are.
So it sounds like you typed in the URL incorrectly. That's what it sounds like. So are you sure you typed in exactly this? Replit.com/@robertgrezik/lumiwealth-crypto-custom- You typed in all that?
Yeah. --custom ETF -example. Is it example 5? Because I did example 5 and it.
No, just example.
All right. I did that, and it's giving me try-just replit.css crypto moment.js example. I don't know where y'all are.
Did you type it into Google
or
in
the URL wrong?
No, I typed it in the search bar on Replit.
Okay. It's not the search bar on Replit. That's the URL. This is the URL, HTTPS. This is where you put into your web browser, not the search bar on Replit.
Okay, web browser. All right.
Yes.
All right.
It's the URL. It's a link. It's just like a link you click on, you open up in your browser. That's all it does. Right? It's a regular link. It's just like clicking on google.com.
Replit.com. I have that Robert GR.
It takes me back to Replit. That's all that did. So I don't know what to do.
Lumiwealth.
So you typed in the full thing, Carol? This full thing you put into your web browser, into the URL in your web browser.
Yeah.
Right? Is there some way that you can show on your camera what you did? Because I can almost guarantee that this was not typed into your browser. So it's either that you typed it in incorrectly.
//replit.com/@robert-grezik/lumihealth-crypto-custom-etf-example.
Yes, and you type that into your web browser URL, right?
Yeah.
And then you click enter.
Okay. So it finally came up.
Perfect.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
So
awesome.
what happens from this?
So now you click use template in the top
Use
right hand
template.
corner.
Okay.
Template.
Okay.
It said not found. Oh, wait, it said not found.
And then use
And
template
then-
again.
Okay.
And then
I knew
manage.
there was some dysfunction. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. We got you up to speed.
Okay. And now it says, welcome to workspace. Configure
And-
secret, missing secret values.
Yes, and click on manage secrets, the blue button.
Okay.
Okay.
And then welcome to workspace, hit next.
Yeah, you can ignore that. Yeah. You can hit
Okay.
next,
All right.
whatever.
Okay.
It's just showing you around. It's kind of showing you what's all there.
Okay. Okay.
You can just X out of that. Right. The important thing is you can see this here, right? Where we have secrets to fill in. All right.
Okay.
Mine cannot be found. I mean, I can find it. You said not found. 404. You give me a code or something like that.
What's the not found?
It said the replit.com / Roberts Lumiwall -crypto -custom EFT example not found.
So you typed in the URL wrong. Check your URL. You mistyped something. It's not EFT, it's ETF for starters. So if you typed in EFT, that's wrong.
Oh,
Right.
ETF.
Exchange Traded Fund is what it stands for.
Let me see.
Right, just check your URL.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this into the chat again, so you have it there, so you can copy it over. And I'm going to keep going because I want everyone to be waiting. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So now that you guys are here, so now the next step is quite simple. All we do is copy over the key and the secret. Okay. So we want to take this from Alpaca. You see here, key. Take that whole value, copy it. Right. So you can right click, copy. All right. You want to copy your key. Oops. Copy. And then you want to go over to Replit and type it into the value here. Okay. So notice here, my key is called Alpaca API key. I want the value to be the actual key. So I'm going to paste it into here. And even with this little eyeball, I can see this is what it looks like. Okay. There's my key. Okay. Then I also want to copy over my secret, which is this one right here. I double click it, copy it, and paste it into here. Okay, for the value for the secret. So Alpaca API key has the actual value of the key from my Alpaca, right? And then my secret, Alpaca API secret, has the value of the secret from Alpaca as well. All right. I want to fill in those two. And once you're done, you want to hit add secret for both. Okay, add secret, add secret. And if you guys want to get ahead, just click run. I'm going to leave it here so other people can see what I did. So you guys can follow along for those of you that are a little bit behind. But for those of you, if you guys want to jump ahead, click add secret for both of them, and then hit run, and the bot should start working for you. Okay. If everything goes according to plan, you will see a bunch of text that says filled order, place the trade, that sort of thing. All right. And you'll actually see that the bot's working for you. Right. And that's it. Right. So very simple. Again, we create an account with Alpaca, create an account with Replit, click on the template, fill in your keys. That's it. Right. If we actually had to do this again, I bet you guys can knock this out in 5 minutes. It's actually quite quick. You know, 2 different accounts, click on the template, copy the keys. That's it. All right. Okay, so anyone stuck here? Anyone having trouble with copying over these keys or anything like that?
Yeah, I don't seem to get to the to the page. I have done it multiple times.
Sorry, what are you having trouble with?
Getting onto the using the link.
The template, the link.
Yeah, the link template.
What is the problem with it? What is happening?
It's telling me, I wish I can show you this. Can you
Yep, I can see. I'm going to stop sharing and you can show me. You show me
Okay.
on your screen here.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so let's see.
Huh.
So it's a little hard to read there. Replit.com. Do you want to put it a little closer?
I don't see anything.
GRC. It's really hard to read this, to be quite honest with you. And so you type that and you hit enter, right?
Yeah.
And what are you seeing? What's the thing that you're seeing here? Not found error. This page is not what you're looking for. Okay, I think it's really hard for me to tell because it's super blurry. But I think you spelled my last name wrong. I think that's what it is. Grzesk.
Let's see here. GRZ.
Yeah, at Robert Grzesk.
ESIK. I think I have it correct there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mine must be working because it says your portfolio 99,807.59 minus 0.19%.
Yep. It looks like it worked. It looks like it worked for you, Carol. Awesome.
Okay. Okay.
So Michael, it's definitely that you're misspelling something inside the URL. So I'd go through and check each letter, right?
Yeah.
It's really hard for me to tell because your phone, it's really blurry where the actual
Yeah.
URL is. So it's hard for me to tell what you typed in there. So maybe what you could do is you could even email yourself the actual link and then click on it from the email, right? Because there's something mistyped in there. That I can assure you. You definitely mistyped that URL.
Okay.
Right. So
I will
either
do.
go over it again and just check that every single letter is correct. Go letter by letter, right?
Yeah.
Or just email yourself the link and click on it from the email, and that'll be easier, right?
Hey, Robert.
Yep.
Alpaca is only showing me one key. It's not giving me the double keys. Do I need to regenerate?
Yes, regenerate.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. That probably means they clicked away at some point or something. So yeah, so that's a good point. So if you guys do not see both keys, then there's a regenerate button that you guys can hit there. Right. And then there's a question here. Actually, Brian says, all set up and running. Awesome. I'm buying crypto. Woohoo. Awesome. Congratulations, Brian. Great job. Baron says, in Alpaca, what is the path to the API keys? It looks like my state, New Hampshire, doesn't support crypto trading option. Baron, you don't need to open up an account. Just go to your paper trading, right? Make sure you're paper trading, right? So you can, if you've already have an account with Alpaca, then just switch over to paper and then you can trade with them. And it doesn't matter what state you're in, they'll let you trade, right? That's good to know that with live, you're not going to be able to use Alpaca. There are other brokers that you can use to trade crypto if you want, Baron. You could set up, for example, Kraken if Alpaca doesn't work in your state, right? But especially for New Hampshire, you should be fine. But for Alpaca right now, we're just doing fake money. We're just doing paper trading, so it should not matter what state you're in. All right. So make sure you select paper and make sure you go to home. All right, Baron? Okay. So I'm going to show the rest of you guys. It seems like a couple of you guys have this up and running. So let me show you basically what this looks like. I've already put in my keys, right? My API key, my API secret. I've put them both in. I click add secret, and then I hit run. Okay, and that's it. That's all you got to do. Baron says, thank you. No problem, Baron. Yeah, perfect. Pai Sheng, sorry, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, but that's exactly what should have happened, right? So I'm going to show you guys the correct path here too, right? So notice that I filled in the keys, I hit run. Now it takes a couple seconds for this to show up. We'll wait for this thing to load up. Usually takes a minute or two. First, you'll see some blue text, and then you'll see green. This is basically saying that good stuff happened, right? Market order was sent to Alpaca, right? New market order, and it says filled transaction. You can see exactly what the spot's doing. And then now if I go over to my Alpaca, you can see that now I'm the proud owner of 3 different crypto coins, right? Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Litecoin, right? And notice that they're all in 1/3 proportions, right? So a third of your account is in Ethereum, a third of your account is in Bitcoin, a third of your account is in Litecoin. It took that $100,000 and divided it up, right? So in a second, I'm going to show you guys how to change that if you want to, all right? So let's go back to our slides here. We have the template. We created that template, configure the secrets. We did that. I don't know why these things keep disappearing on me. There you go. We entered in our secrets. We ran the strategy. We saw the success messages. I don't know what's in Google Slides for me. These images keep disappearing on me for some reason. And then we go check Alpaca, right? And when we go into Alpaca, we see these positions in there, all right? So you can see your Litecoin and Ethereum positions and Bitcoin positions, right?
Where do you go to see your positions? Because I just have your portfolio.
Yeah, so if you scroll down, you'll see top positions, and then you'll see the 3 assets in there.
Okay.
All right. Can you see
For
that?
some reason, it won't let me scroll down. I have no idea what I'm doing wrong.
Maybe try refreshing the page. It might be stuck or something.
Yeah. Yep, it won't let me go down. All right.
Yeah, it's a bit strange.
Here.
Okay. You try refreshing it. Did that work?
Yeah, it didn't work.
Really? That's weird. Are you on your phone or something?
No, I'm on a laptop, but I'm
Okay. It's weird that it won't let you scroll because there's definitely stuff to scroll here, especially
okay.
if you
Okay, it's letting me scroll now. It must have been
have
stuck.
Perfect.
So
Awesome.
okay, so is it at minus 44.73, minus 20.03, and positive 12.66?
Yeah, this sounds about right. You know, when you first buy crypto, there's a trading fee involved. That's why you see like a slight negative here at the beginning.
Okay.
You have to pay it, right?
Okay.
And you'll see this change over time. So as the price of Bitcoin changes and Litecoin changes, you'll see the value of this account change over time.
Okay. Okay.
Cool. Okay, awesome. All right, so we've gotten that far. You checked your positions. If, by the way, this is an error situation, if you guys see something like this, right, you might see inside of your console. So you see here, I have all this green. This is good. Green is good, right? If you see something more like this, a bunch of white text, especially if somewhere in that white text says 403 error, where it says message forbidden, says something like that, that means that you got your API keys wrong, and just go back in and modify your API keys, right? If you need to do that, you can go under secrets and you can just edit, right? Edit them if you needed to do that, right? If it traded for you, then you don't need to change anything and we're good to go, right? But I'm just saying, if for some reason you guys typed in your keys incorrectly, this is what it would look like, all right?
Oh shit.
Okay, cool. So is everyone with me now? So have you guys all placed these trades? Does everyone have their bots working?
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, by the way.
I don't know how to do it. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Mary Bell, where are you stuck? Which step are you stuck on? Mary Bell,
I just got connected.
Okay, so you just joined right now. So we've spent, the past 50 minutes going through all this stuff. I'm not going to cover all of that again right now, just out of respect for everybody else. But I'm going to share the link to the slides. If you want to follow along in the slides, you can do that there. Right. So I shared that link inside the chat. So if you want, you can follow along with that. But essentially, what you need to do is you need to create an account with Alpaca for your broker. Then you need to create an account with Replit. Then you need to click on one of these templates, use the template, and get started and fill in your API keys. All right.
Okay,
so I'm not
thank
going to
you.
go through everything just out of respect for everybody, right?
I understand. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, cool. All right. Anyone else having trouble? Anyone else that they didn't get here with this thing actually working?
Yeah, I'm still trying to find a way to get that link through. So, but you guys can go ahead for for the sake of time, and I
Okay.
will catch up.
Yeah, if I were you, Michael, I would just email the link to yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Just copy it from your phone and then email it to yourself.
Absolutely.
That's
That's
easiest.
what I'm trying to do.
Okay, perfect. Great. Okay, cool. So now let's modify this algorithm a bit. So now you have an algorithm that's working, it's trading for you. Now, the beautiful thing about algorithms is that you can customize them, right? These are all that, like, again, I'm giving you guys 2 free algorithms today. But if you join our classes, you get tons of them. We have like 100 of these things doing all sorts of different things, from options trading to mean reversion to crypto trading to, like, we have all sorts of different types of algorithms, and they all have the same thing in common, is they have, all of them have these types of parameters they could change and modify things, right? So in this case, this is an algorithm that basically buys Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin in a third proportions. Why is it doing that? Okay, well, the reason why it's doing that is because of the parameters that we set. Okay, so when you go into your REPL in Replit, you'll see on the left-hand side you have files. Click on main.py, and then this is basically what it looks like. It might already be open for you. And then scroll down a little bit until you see parameters, right? This is what it should look like. Yeah? These are all the things that you can modify about the strategy. Yeah? So for example, here you can see that I have my portfolio. Here's one thing that I own. Here's another one. And then here's another one. All right. And you can see here that this says, okay, my symbol is Bitcoin. That's the one that I own, right? And the weight is 32%, 0.32 or 32%. Here you can see Ethereum, ETH, has a weight of 0.32 as well. And you can see Litecoin has a weight of 0.32 as well. So now let's try changing one of these, okay? So if you go into your main.py again, look for parameters. Let's change, for example, the weight of Bitcoin, okay? Let's delete the 32 and put in 10, okay? And then once you've done that, make sure you have the 0.10, that is, it's not 10, it's 0.10, right? Because 10 is going to throw it off, okay? Make sure you have the comma at the end and all that, so it looks exactly like this, okay? If you have any red underlines, that means that there's something missing. Maybe you deleted something too much or whatever. In this case, notice I don't have any red underlines, but if I did this, for example, you'll see that the colors kind of go off, right? And it's red here, and it's telling me that's wrong, right? So it needs to be exactly like this. Weight 0.1 for a 10% weight, okay? And then I'm going to stop the strategy and start it again. Stop and then hit run again, okay? And you'll notice that now when I go into my account, right, I had a third. I had 31,000 or almost 30,000 each. You'll notice if you wait a little bit, you'll see that your Bitcoin value is going to go down to 10,000, right? Because you total only 10% instead of 32%, okay? So if you wait a little bit, once you've run it, you'll see that trade come through and you'll see that the market value changes to $10,000. All right, see, there you go. Now it changed for me. So it went from 32 almost to about $10,000. Did that all happen for you guys too? Were you guys all able to get that done?
What line was that on, Robert?
So that was on line 35 in my main.py.
I wasn't sure because it said backtest there, so.
Okay.
So you change that to 10?
Yes, exactly.
And then what's
0.10.
okay, and then the next one would be all right.
And then you just hit stop and then start again. Hit stop and run again. Right? So it's just an example, just changing Bitcoin to 10, right? You could do anything else here too if you wanted to, by the way. You could change Bitcoin to a different symbol if you wanted it. If you wanted to trade I don't know, whatever coin, you like with crypto, you could change that over, right? As long as it's available with Alpaca. They don't have every single crypto coin. But if you change that symbol there, you could change the symbols. You could change the weights of each one. If you're feeling ambitious, you could actually even add in additional symbols like this. Here you'll have 4, right? So there's a bunch of stuff you could do, but keeping it simple, just change the 0.32 to 0.10, hit stop, and then run again. And then you should see that change happen on your portfolio.
Could you highlight where the change happened on Alpaca? I'm looking, I have my assets, but I'm not sure what changed.
It's right here. So you see weight is 0.10. It was originally 0.32.
Yeah,
So
I mean on the Alpaca site, when you refreshed it and we went on there, I'm on the Alpaca
site?
looking.
Yeah. So here on the Alpaca site, you can see Bitcoin is now 10,000.
Oh, okay, Mark, got you. Thank you.
Right. So the amount they own has now changed, right? Because before it was 0.32, which is 32% of your portfolio. You have $100,000, 32% is about $32,000, right? So that's why these are 32. That's what they were originally. If you change that to 0.1, it's now 10% or $10,000, right? Cool. Good question.
Mine hasn't caught up yet, but okay.
Yeah, it might take a minute or two. It takes a little bit for it to restart. But you hit stop, you changed it, then you hit stop and then start again, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what you should be seeing is when it loads up, you see that it's this blue text. It's saying it's waiting, right? That means things are going well. Do you see that blue text there? Execution on something like that? Or strategy
Trading iteration ended at, yeah. I see some blue text.
Okay. And then do you see green text as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So that probably worked out well for you, is what it seems like. And you stopped it and started it again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it seems like it went well on your end, right? Maybe on the Alpaca side, maybe refresh the page to check if it's changed.
Okay. Yeah. I'm down more. I'm now down 46 minus 0.46, but okay.
Yeah, it's that's just the trading fees. You'll see it change over time. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. And whenever you buy something, it's like this instant, you lose a couple dollars for the fee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. And now P Shang, sorry, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Asks if I run it again, will it be 10% of the remaining cash? That is very little now. Yeah, you should have more cash, right? So now you can see, sorry, I clicked on that. You can see on mine that I now have $25,000 in cash, right? So instead of owning that in Bitcoin, I switched it over to be cash. That's essentially what I did there, right? If you want, you could switch it back to the 0.32, right? And then restart it. That's, kind of the way it's intended to be, right? But it's up to you guys. You can customize this however you want, right? Okay. So 3.5K in cash, I'm assuming. If you have 3.5K in cash, then it seems like you didn't change the percentage of the of how much Bitcoin you have. Right? Because if you change it to 10% and then hit run, then it should have sold a bunch of Bitcoin and you should have a lot more cash than just 3K.
I have a question.
Sure.
So I don't know if I put the key in wrong or if I put the secret in wrong. Can you go over that part one more time? I understand when you went to 31 and you coded I understand everything after and before, but I got lost. I got lost. Okay. Yeah.
So to enter in the key again, you want to go into Alpaca, view your API keys.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you're not seeing your secret, you need to regenerate.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So here I'm regenerating. Okay. And then inside of the secrets, like once you're in here, is this what you're seeing?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, so you're in the same spot as this, right? Like exactly like this. Then you fill it in. Okay. Copy your API key, right? Key.
Uh-huh.
Key goes to where it says Alpaca API key and paste it in there. You could even make this thing here as eyeball so you can view what it looks like.
Okay.
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 And the secret, same thing. Double click it. Don't scroll across like this because it's longer than the actual input. If you double click it, maybe that's what got screwed up. Right? 'Cause
Okay.
you could, it's longer than the actual input field, right? So
Okay.
double clicking it is kind of the safer way to do it. And then copy
Okay.
that. And then paste that into where the key says Alpaca API secret, right? And then again,
Right.
you could click on a little eyeball, and this is what it should look like. Is this
Okay.
what yours looks like?
Yes. So then after that, I add secret for both of them, and then
Correct.
press run.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right. Cool. Okay, so like that, those two, and then hit run. Okay, cool. Okay, and then Python says, okay, we'll sell 20% of BTC. Okay, cool, perfect. All right, awesome, guys. So anyone else having trouble with this? Everyone else got this all set up? Congratulations on your first bot, guys, by the way. You now have a bot. You can modify this. You can do whatever the heck you want with it. Right? It's your code. Feel free to use it however you want. All right. You guys now have a crypto trading bot.
That is crazy.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Anson asks, had a family phone call that kept you disengaged. Will there be a replay? Anson, if you want the replay, you need to buy one of our plans. So you can get our starter plan. It's $1, and we'll have the replay in there tomorrow. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, cool. Let's see what else is in here. No problem. Okay, cool.
I noticed that you had the another bot. So just in your experiences, is there any other examples of how we could use these two platforms with what you guys created, or is this the most best way and the finite way to do so?
This is the easiest way to launch it, right? So notice,
Awesome.
by the way, I gave you 2 templates, right? I gave you one link here, right? Then there's another one that you could try out if you want. You could try out this diversified leverage one too, right? Those are both, right? And it's the same process to go through and launch them, right?
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay.
All right, great. Thanks.
Awesome. No problem. And then, of course, if you guys join our classes, if you want to be in this more long-term, you want to get more strategies, these are 2 very basic ones, right? If you guys want more of our strategies, sign up to one of our plans and you'll get access to a bunch more stuff as well. All right.
Great.
Cool. Worth says we're
Thank
algo
you.
traders. Woohoo. Yeah, no problem. Maribel says congratulations to all. It's only one link. Okay, cool. Perfect. Okay, awesome. Okay, so now let's talk about the next steps after this. So you guys now have working algorithms. You guys can modify them. You can do whatever you want. Let's talk about deployment now really quickly, okay? Because this algorithm that you guys have running, okay, the thing is that when you close your browser or refresh the page or shut down your laptop or whatever, right, this thing will stop, okay? It's a pretty simple algorithm, so it's not one that runs that often anyways. It's not going to be trading like crazy, right, because of those fees, right? So it's not something that's going to be going in and out tons of times, right? But if you do want this thing to run for you longer term, then you need to deploy it, okay? And I'll show you how to do that here. This is not required, okay? However, if you do want to have this thing running for you constantly and updating itself, then you do need to deploy. But even at this point, if you left it, if you ran it, even if you stopped the bot, you'll still see your account changing value, right? So check into your Alpaca, you'll see, what happens over the next few days with it too, right? We'll see what happens to the crypto markets. But for you guys to deploy this, for you guys to actually have this thing running 24/7 for you, and again, this bot is pretty simple. It's not one that's going to be trading that often anyways. But for in the future, especially if you're using our more complicated bots, you're going to want to deploy them. You're going to want them running for you 24 hours because you want to be constantly checking for whatever signals you have or whatever it is it's doing. The way that you do that is you click on deploy in the top right-hand corner. Click on reserved VM. And then you have to click here, right? So you have to add a payment method basically to do this, right? That's why I say it's optional. Okay, you do not have to do this. You don't have to pay for this. But if you do want your bot running for you 24/7, then you should add a payment so you can do that, right? And I'll show you basically what that looks like because I have a paid account. Let me show you what that looks like when Mary Bell says, how much are the classes? Our classes, if you go to lumiwealth.com, you can see them all up on there. Our classes range from $49 a month all the way up to $600 a month, depending on what you're getting. With the starter plan, it starts off at $1, so $1 free trial, or $1 trial, not free trial. So you get a trial for a week, and then you can continue later on after that. $49 a month is what the cheapest one is. Okay. So let me show you what the deployment looks like with an account that actually paid, bless you, with an account that actually paid money for. So let me, so here, let me copy over these secrets. I'm going to update my secrets in here. And I'm going to show you what it looks like to actually deploy something. So I'm going to copy this over. Actually, this is what we're doing here. There's a custom ETF. I'm going to change this, change this. Okay, so it's updated. Okay, so now when I click on deploy, notice when I click on deploy, it gives me the option. What do I want to choose? Reserved, auto scalar, static. You want to click reserved. Okay. Then you want to click set up your deployment. And then it has all this stuff here, how you configure it, right? Inside this configuration, you want to, this is $12 a month for the 0.5 BCPU. I'll usually do the cheaper one. So I'll switch over to 0.25 to save some money. Notice it switches over to $6.40 per month. And then importantly, and this is probably the most important part of this, is click on background worker here instead of web server. Notice that when you scroll over, it even says, example, a Discord or Slack bot, right? We have a bot that's running. We want a background worker, okay? So basically switch this over to 0.25, switch to background worker, then click deploy, and that's it, all right? And now this thing will be running for you 24/7.
Can I ask a question? What's the minimum amount that you should have in this? I mean, does it have to be 50,000, 100,000? Can it be 1,000? Can it be 500? Like how much?
So for the crypto algorithm that we just set up, I think I've ran it with accounts as small as like $200.
Okay.
That was working fine. Yeah, for the crypto one. For the diversified leverage one, I think let me see if I modified that just yet. I just want to check to see if I've done this here really quick. I think with the diversified leverage one, you could run it for quite for not that much either. I think maybe like $200-300 as well. But let me just confirm that really quickly here, because I made a change recently to make it work with smaller accounts if needed.
Okay.
And I just want to make sure that I have that in here. Oh, this is not updated. Let me update it right now then. I'll update right now, and this should work with pretty small accounts. Actually, I'll update later. I'm not going to make you guys watch me do this. I'll make a little note. But the diversified leverage one, that one right now will work with like $1,000 account, I think, something like that, or maybe $500. But I'll make it work so so even smaller accounts will work with it too. All right.
Great. Thank you.
No problem. All right. Brian says if you have amount to run it is per algorithm. Yeah. So whenever you guys run algorithms, you want to run one account, one bot, right? Just one account, one bot, right? That's the way they want to do this.
So there is a basically if we join you and do the three bots and we're updating it, that $12 or whatever would be, or $5, whatever we choose, would be per
bot.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Each bot is going to be a separate deployment. So you're going to have a different account, right, with different keys, and you're going to have a different replit for each one, right? And one account talks to one bot. right? Because the bots are meant to like completely control the account. So if you have like two bots running in an account, they'll conflict with each other, right? So
I
that's why
understand.
say one account, one bot, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And then Brian says, I'm assuming you want to have a separate Alpaca account for each algo. Yes, exactly. So you guys are all asking the same question. So good question, guys. Okay, cool. So now we've covered that. You've deployed it, right? If that's what you chose to do, right? You're able to deploy that. Notice this is what the deployment looks like. After everything is good to go, there's a nice little green thing here saying you've been deployed, right? Okay, so that's again, that's optional. You don't have to do that, but you would have to enter in a credit card and do all that, because then now you have to pay Replit because they're going to be managing this stuff for you. Right? Okay, cool. Any questions so far? We're pretty much done with the main part of everything. You guys have your algorithms working. You've been able to modify it. We've talked about deployment. Any questions before we move on to the next step? Okay, so next steps. Let's say you guys want to continue with this and you want to do some other things. First thing you can do is you can try using this other algorithm. So today during this class, we covered how to do the custom ETF, which is basically a crypto trading algorithm. This one is the diversified leverage algorithm, right? And by the way, if you want to see how these strategies perform, right, you could, when you click into this template, there's a README file in it, right? So if you go to this README and you scroll down in the README, oh, this is actually, no, this is, let me show you this in the template. I don't know why this is. Okay, so let's do this again. When you go into the template, you'll see the README file. You click on the README, and then at the bottom of the page, you'll see what we call a tear sheet, okay? For every algorithm that we put into our strategy library, we have one of these things, okay? And this basically describes how the algorithm performs. So this is a diversified leverage algorithm, right? This is the other one, not the one that we did today. This is a different one. And you can see here, this is how it performed, right? You can see that in the blue is how the strategy actually did, back tested, right? We simulated this over the past from 2010 up until today, right? This is what it would have done in the blue line. And then the yellow is the S&P 500. So you can see smoked S&P 500 over the past, whatever amount of years that is. That's what, 14 years, right? It's absolutely smoked the S&P 500, right? And you can see the stats here too. You can see that over the life of this algorithm since 2010, it did about 2,000% return, which works out to being about 16% per year, right? You could also see the Sharpe ratio if you care about that, right? You can see the max drawdown. This is a measure of risk. What was the biggest drop it ever had? It was 54%, right? And then you can see volatility and all that. So basically, all of our algorithms are going to have this near the bottom, right? So this is the one for diversified leverage. If you want to use this one, this is, the research that we've done behind it, and this is what it would have done over the past, since 2010, right? It's a back test, okay? So if you're going through our algorithms, you'll notice that also for the other one that we did, it also had that too. So here I'm going to click on the crypto custom ETF, the first one that we did today. Right, if you click on that and you go into the README, you'll see at the bottom, it also has how it did, right? And this is the blue, right? And this one did 38% per year, right? And it did 570% in total from 2020 up until today. Right, so you could see this is how this one performed, this is how the other one performed. So this way you kind of know what you're getting into, right? You can see how it did in the past. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen in the future, but it's the best indication I think that we have, right? And then you could also see a description and it says like this is how you use it and all that kind of stuff, right? Okay, so in other words, feel free to try out the diversified leverage algorithm and see if you prefer that one. This is a stock trading one. The reason why I didn't choose this one, by the way, this is one that I have my own money in, some of my own money in. But I didn't choose this one because it's late at night, the stock market's closed, and you wouldn't see anything happening, and that'd be very boring, to say the least. But if you do want to run this, feel free to do that, right? You could run this algorithm here. This one you will have to either run when the market's open, or you'll have to deploy it so that it stays on until the market opens, right? Either case, if you want to run that, okay? Do you guys have any questions around that? Does that all make sense? Okay, cool. Then also, if you guys want to get started, we do have some plans to take you to the next steps. Starting with our starter plan, as I mentioned, you can get started for $1. You pay $1, you get a week for free. So if you don't like it, you can just cancel it. It's up to you, right? But it is $1 to get started, and then $49 per month afterwards. What you get with the starter plan is you get basically this workshop and the recording. I'm going to put that first because that's logically makes more sense. You get this workshop recording, right? Everything that we did here today, you're going to get a recording of it. You can review it however many times you want. You're also going to get additional algorithms. So you're going to get something like an extra, I think, 10 or 15 algorithms as well with that. Okay. Then you're also going to get access to our trading signals, which is basically this thing here in Discord, where a lot of these algorithms that we have, you can actually watch them day by day, right? So for example, this, where is this EMA trending one? This one's been down a little bit, I guess, because the whole crypto market's been down. We could see that we basically invested. This one I started on November 30th. So about a month and a half ago, it's done 10% since then. So I made $10,000 over the past month and a half, right? And you can watch this thing every day. You get an update and you see how it's doing. For a while, it was on like a tear. It was really taking off, doing very, very good numbers for a while there. Or you could watch the diversified leverage, right? This is how it's been performing. This one's down a little bit today too, but you can see how it's performed over time. It's actually done quite well. Again, this one we put in November 10th is when it started, and it had a 15% return since November 10th, right? So about 2 months, it did 15%. Not bad, right? Okay. So when you sign up for a starter plan, you're going to get access to that. You'll get these trading signals. You'll be able to follow all of our algorithms and see how they're all doing. And if you like them, you also have the code to run them. All right. You'll also get access to our algorithmic trading, the full course, which will teach you basically how to do all the more complicated stuff. This is kind of like the basics. You set up an algorithm, you run it, whatever. But the algo trading course will teach you kind of in depth, how do you create your own algorithm, right? We'll show you how to set it up on your computer, how to create this algorithm from scratch, how to actually modify things. You'll get all of that in our algorithmic trading course. So you get access to that. We're also going to be revamping this very soon. So in something like 3 weeks from now, this algo trading course is going to be supercharged. It's going to be really, really good. So we're in the process of making this thing even better. But you'll get access to that as part of the starter plan. You also get our Python for Finance course, which is kind of teaches you how to use Python, how to do all this coding stuff, but specifically from the standpoint of how do you do this with trading and finance. All right. So that's our starter plan. Again, if you want to get that, go to our website, lumiwealth.com. Right on the homepage, click learn more, and then you can sign up there. All right. Then there's also our pro plan, and I know Worth is part of our pro plan. How do you like the pro plan, by the way, Worth? You a fan? If you're
Oh yeah, I love it.
Love it. Perfect.
I would recommend. I've been with Lumi Wealth for, I don't know, 6 months, maybe 8 months, and I'm having a great time and making actual profitable algorithms. And I would recommend Robert's resources to anybody, honestly.
Thank you. That's a very nice thing to say, actually. Thank you, Worth. I appreciate that. Cool. So you might ask, what the heck is he talking about? Well, he is part of our pro plan. Okay. And what you get with the pro plan is everything that I described from the starter plan, which is those trading signals, the recording of this workshop, a bunch of algorithms for you to choose, our algo trading course. You get all that stuff. Plus, you get to join us live on Tuesday nights. So every Tuesday, we have this really cool thing called Live Algo Hour, where we're basically inventing a new algorithm every week. Right. So you can join in and you can see either if you have your own strategies, maybe you're a trader and you're like, oh, you've been trading something for a while. Maybe you trade options or maybe you trade Forex or whatever, right? You might have a trading strategy that you use. We can build that during the class, right? Bring it up, pitch it to the class, and we can build it, right? Or if you don't have any trading strategies, then you could watch other people's strategies get built, right? You can basically watch how we build that. And then after the class is done, you'll get the recording and you'll get the code. So there's something like, I want to say 50 different strategies now that are in there, some of them with really impressive backtesting results. I think one of them that we worked on had like 80% return per year. Another one we worked on had like 200% return per year. Of course, I'm not promising that would happen in the future, but those are the backtesting results. That's what our research shows would have happened in the past. So there's a bunch of really cool ones out there. So if you're interested, you can join our pro plan. You'll get access to that Tuesday class. You'll get access to all this code, all that recordings, all of our latest cutting edge stuff. We're also building out a strategy library where it'll be super easy, just like how we did it right now. One click, install, and you can run this thing in the cloud, right? We're making it super easy to do that. All right, so that's our pro plan. It's $249 a month if you want to join that, right? And then if you want to really take it to the next stage and you want to like get really, really good at this stuff, then I suggest our all access plan. This basically has everything from starter and pro plan. And on top of that, you get access to all of our courses. We have a bunch of courses. We have our algo trading course. We have our course on options trading. We have a course on how to use AI for trading, artificial intelligence and trading. We have a course on how to do this stuff for cryptocurrencies in general. We have courses on blockchain development. So you're going to get access to all of those courses. Then you also get a lot of one-on-one support. So if you need some help, we can jump on a call. I can walk you through this stuff. You can share your screen, whatever you need help with. And then on top of that, you also get every Thursday, we have an office hours where you can jump in and it's like, if you need help with something, we could help you there. Or if you want to build an algorithm, we can build it for you. Or if you want to build your own algorithm, you need some help, we can help you out there. Either way, you get an extra 2 or 3 hours every week with myself to do whatever the heck it is that you want to do in algo trading world, right? That's all access plan. It's $5.99 a month, and you can sign up here, right? All of these, again, they're all available on our homepage here if you want to get any of them, right? And you can click on them and get the details. All right, cool. And that's pretty much it. You guys have any questions? How are you guys feeling? You guys excited? You got your own algorithms? Everyone here, I think, got their own algorithms up and running. How are you guys feeling? What do you guys think? Very quiet. Okay. Brian says, this is great. Excited for sure. Awesome. Thanks, Brian. Very cool. Awesome. All right, guys. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Like I said, if you want the recording, sign up to our starter plan. It's $1. The recording will be up there tomorrow. I'll make sure to get this recording up. And then if you want to sign up to our other stuff, feel free to sign up to those as well. All right. Maribel says, I wish you could have made my with you tonight. Did you have trouble there, Maribel? I mean, I guess you joined late. Yeah, that's true. I remember that. I'll sing for it. Okay. I will sing for it. Brian says, are the algos good for short-term day trading as well? Yeah, we have a bunch of like short-term day trading algorithms too. We have a bunch of them. We have algorithms, everything from like very short-term and quick trading, that sort of thing. We have a bunch of algorithms that follow like Congress trading. We have options trading algorithms. We have all sorts of stuff. We have lots and lots of different types of algorithms, Brian. So if you're interested, yeah, let me know. You can also book a call, by the way. If you guys have any questions and you want to like learn more about this stuff, you guys can always book a call. And that's what you can do is go to our website, go to more, and then book a call. Right. So if you want to speak to someone over the phone, you want to ask some questions, you can do that there. Right. Or you can also click in the bottom right-hand corner here. We have this little intercom thing. So if you want to reach us, you can do that there. So if you want to text to us, use a little intercom thing at the bottom, or if you want to speak to someone over the phone, go under more, book a call. All right. Yeah, Michael says need to chat after the meeting. Sure. So Michael, again, if you want to chat, feel free to book a call or message through intercom. Either way, if you need some help, we can help you out there. All right. Brian says I'll book a call. Thanks again, Robert. No problem, Brian. Cool. Awesome. Okay. Any other questions, guys, before we head out for tonight?
Thanks for your time, Robert.
Yeah, no problem. Happy to help. Michael Sykes
Thank
says,
you, Rob.
Thank you.
No problem, guys. No problem. I hope you have a great night. So Paixing says options trading is not working yet in Alpaca. It says join waitlist. So Paixing, so what we use for options trading is we use Tradier. This is the broker that we use for options trading. So if you want to set up options trading, you want to go through that whole thing, I can show you how to do that. It's going to be different code to trade options. And then we use the Tradier broker because they do have options trading. And actually, by the way, they're a fantastic broker. And let me show you one of the reasons why we use them is when we go into their pricing model. Where is this here? Pricing. Okay. Let me show you the pricing here. They basically have this thing where you pay them $10 a month and you get free options trades, commission-free option trades for $10 a month. Can you believe that? So if you have an algorithm that's doing like a bunch of different options trades, like a lot of the ones that we have ones that like trade iron condors and credit spreads and all that kind of stuff. The $10 a month is incredible because it can literally save you like hundreds in fees if you're trading a decent sized account. So if you do want to trade options, this is the broker that we use. We use Tradier. All right. Cool. Awesome. Thank you for that question or that comment. Pedro asks, can you use Thinkorswim? We cannot use Thinkorswim. I wish we could. I'm a big fan of them too. They do not have an API that we can connect to, or at least not yet. They got acquired by Charles Schwab a couple months ago. It's my understanding that they will have an API ready over the summer, but right now we cannot connect to them, and neither can anyone else, right? That just doesn't exist right now. But as soon as it does become available, Pedro, believe me, I'm going to be one of the first ones to get on that train because I'm a big fan of Schwab, the broker too. I have a lot of my cash with them, so I'm going to set that up with them as soon as it becomes available. But for now, we're using either Alpaca, Tradier is another broker that we work with. We also work with Interactive Brokers, and then we also work with a bunch of crypto brokers as well, like Kraken, Coinbase, Binance. We work with all those too. All right. Thank you for that question, Pedro. Cool. Any other questions, guys? The example template for Tradier, I don't have one. I plan on doing a workshop for that sometime soon, but we don't have that set up yet. No. If you sign up to one of our programs, you'll get access to code, and I can actually help you set one up if you want to do that. But I don't currently have that in template format right now. Tradier is brand new. We like literally just finished this. I pushed release on it yesterday, so it's all very brand new. But again, yeah, if you join our program, one of our classes, like if you join our pro plan or something like that, I can help you get this set up. Right, we'll get on a call and I'll actually set this up with you, and I'll show you a bunch of our options algorithms because we have quite a few. We've been building almost every week. I feel like we're building a new options algorithm because those are ones that seem to have the craziest returns. Right? Cool. Any other questions, guys? These are good questions.
Yeah. So I had one about a use case.
Sure.
So once we sign up and we get the active version with this, you're telling me we can run this on our Tradier account, right? And it will auto trade for us, like auto choose, or I just want to make sure because I was over here looking and I'm like, I know I pinched myself like twice. Like I know this is what he's showing us, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, that's literally what will happen. So we'll automatically trade for you. Yes. Right. So just like you saw it trade today was a very simple one. All it did was buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. Right. That's very simple. Right. We have much more complicated algorithms. So ones that like trade iron condors or ones that trade based off of Congress or whatever. We have tons of other stuff. Right. And those will do whatever they're meant to do. Right. So for example, like an iron condor strategy will, set up an iron condor every day for you. For example, we have one like that. Right. But like, whichever algorithm you choose is the one that's going to be running for you. Right. So yeah, the answer is yes. When you do sign up, we'll give you code to actually be able to run all this stuff and it will automatically trade for you.
Powerful. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Another question here. Do you have to pay extra to get real-time data Um, yeah. So with Alpaca, yes, you do have to pay extra for real-time data. I think they charge like $100 a month, which I think is a little ridiculous. But that's Alpaca, that's their broker. With Tradier, I think they give you real-time data for free, if I'm not mistaken. Um, they don't really say it here. I'm not
Yeah, I
sure.
believe you're right. I think that's true, Robert.
Yeah, that they give it for free. Yeah.
Yep, that's what they told me.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So Tradier gives you free real-time data. So if you want to do that. Right. Traders just looking to like be a better broker across the board. Like I was starting to think like they're just better overall. But we use Alpaca because it's so easy to get up and running, right? It's running a class like this. It's very easy to show Alpaca because all you have to do is put in your email and that's it. But there's better brokers that we work with. Like for example, Tradier. This is one that I'm personally very excited about. Like I said, we just linked up to them and this is going to be this is going to be very exciting to actually have these algorithms like this, the option algorithms trading.
I have a question.
Sure.
So with Tradier, how do you know what crypto to buy?
So that's based on the algorithm, right? So each algorithm is going to do something a little different, right? So today, the algorithm that you installed was an algorithm that we call Custom ETF. Okay, and this one's a very simple algorithm. If you go into here, let's see, where is this? Yeah, there it is. So Custom ETF. If you go through it and you read the description, this is what it does, right? Basically, it rebalances a portfolio of crypto assets. It buys Bitcoin a third, Ethereum a third, and Litecoin a third, and then holds that like that until they go out of whack. So if Bitcoin shoots up like crazy, it will sell that and buy the other two, or vice versa, right? So that's all this algorithm does that we installed today. It's quite simple, right? This is just basic diversification, right? But we have other algorithms that will do very different things, right? So for example, we have other crypto algorithms, like one that does trades based off of Bollinger Bands, right? So it's reading a technical indicator called a Bollinger Band. And whenever it goes above the upper Bollinger Band, it will sell. And whenever it goes below the Bollinger Band, it will buy, right? And that's kind of what that algorithm does, for example, right? And then we have a bunch of other algorithms that'll trade, like, for example, mean reversion, or we'll have other algorithms that trade options. They'll trade, for example, iron condors or credit spreads. Every algorithm does something different, right? So what we do is we build these algorithms, we back test them to see what would have happened in the past. And then based on that back test, we can make the decision of, is this something that we want to invest in or not, right? That decision is ultimately up to you. You get to choose whatever the heck you want to do and what configuration you want. But basically, you can take that code and run it yourself, right? So when you join one of our plans, for example, we build a different algorithm every week, and we're constantly doing research. What is the best way to trade, right? Like, is it better for us to trade based off of some indicator, or is it better for us to use an iron condor, or is it better for us to whatever, right? There's like a million different types of algorithms you can create. Basically, any kind of trading strategy that you can think of, we can turn into an algorithm, right? And that's what an algorithm is. It's just automating what you would do normally, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It does.
Cool. Awesome. Cool. Any other questions, guys? These are some
So
good ones.
one more question.
Yep.
So which one do you prefer? Indicators, the iron condor, like which algorithm do you prefer?
So I personally have some of my own money in this diversified leverage algorithm. That's the second one that you guys got today, right? I have personally some of my own money in that. I also really like a lot of the new ones that we're doing with options. We made one that's called Iron Condor Martingale. That one, when we back tested it, made like 200% a year. It was ridiculous. I was like, holy crap, it's a lot of money. It basically, in like a 3-year period, did like 10x your money, which is nuts. So that's one that I'm really interested in. I'm interested in another one where we basically take a call option and we roll it every month. That's another one that I want to put my money into. There's a bunch of them there that I personally really like. If you want, we can kind of walk through that one day. I'm going to do another webinar in the future on like our strategy library and kind of just walk through everyone, all the different stuff that we have. But there's a lot. There's quite a few of them. And my answer to which algorithm is the best is that I want to run several of them at once. I don't want to run just one. I want to run like 10 or 15 of them at a time, because then if one does badly, the other one makes up for it, right? And you end up having less risk theoretically, right? But in practice, that does actually work out for the most part. You'll have less risk and you have a higher return. Right. That's the way that I personally do this stuff and how I intend to do a lot of this stuff. And we're also working on building out a hedge fund as well. And we're going to be doing that same sort of technique. We're going to take like our top 10 or top 20 algorithms and essentially put the money into each one of those things and, you know, have 10 of them running out all at the same time. Right. That's kind of what we're planning on doing. Right. That's more advanced though. That's like, you know, steps 10 through 20, right? But the most basic stuff is, you know, you get some of these algorithms, you just run them and you can, you know, do whatever the heck you want to do with them. Right? Does that make sense?
Yes. So or the one that ran as Martingale,
Yep.
it was more of a HFT, like a high frequency.
We don't have any algorithms that do high frequency trading. And the reason why is because high frequency trading is one of those things where you need to have like, you have to pay for like a server that's next to the stock exchange and all that kind of stuff. This is like, if you don't have $10 million, forget about doing high frequency trading. You know, you're just not going to make any money doing it, right? There's a lot easier ways to make money than that, right? Instead of, you know, co-locating a server and all this kind of crazy stuff. There's some pretty simple algorithms that can make you money without having to go high frequency and all this crazy stuff, right?
Just because the percentage was like 200% in a year. That's why it's about.
Yeah, but that one, what it does is it basically trades an options strategy called an iron condor. I think specifically we used like an 18 delta or something like that. If you guys trade options, you know what that means. But basically, it's an option strategy, and it invests in it every day, right? So today it would buy an iron condor that expires tomorrow. Tomorrow it will buy one that expires on Friday. Friday it will buy one that expires on Monday, and it's constantly just doing that. Right. And that's the one that produces those like crazy looking returns in the back tests.
And one more question, and that's it. I'm not going to Okay, so what about for like futures trading? Is there an algorithm for that?
For futures trading? We don't have a ton of bot that trades futures, to be honest with you. I've built maybe like 2 or 3 in my lifetime. The majority of our bots trade stocks, crypto, or options. Those are the majority of our bots. And we're slowly starting to get more into Forex trading as well, right? But the majority of our bots are stocks, crypto, and options.
Yes. Okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
Some good questions. Well, thank you for asking them. Perfect. There's a couple more questions here. So do you run algorithms once a day or every hour or every minute? It depends on the algorithm. I have found that most algorithms that trade very often, they don't tend to do very well. It seems like the more often you trade, the harder it is to make money, just because you have to get past all these fees, right? Like if you're trading every second, you're going to get eaten alive with fees. So you better be doing something that's very profitable, right? I found that it's easier to make algorithms that trade, you know, once every hour or once every day or even every couple of days. Those tend to be easier to make money with, right? So we tend to have more that are biased towards that. But we do have algorithms that trade very, very often if that's something you're interested in. Like, for example, our mean reversion algorithm, that one trades quite often. Our machine learning algorithm trades quite often. So we have a full spectrum, right? We have everything from, you know, trading really, really frequently to ones that trade like the ones that we install today, they'll trade like once every couple weeks, you know? There's a whole spectrum. Okay, and then Pedro asks, what's the difference between an algorithm and AI? So an algorithm is basically just any trading algorithm is just basically any code that's automatically trading for you. Like we did that today, right? We installed a trading algorithm, right? But an AI-based algorithm is one that makes decisions on its own. It kind of like has like a brain of its own. And there's a few different things that you can do like that. You can give it a bunch of pricing data and it can automatically figure it out using AI, try to find patterns in the prices automatically. You can make it read the news automatically, for example. So you'll have an AI that basically is reading all the news about all the different stocks coming out. And if some really bad news comes out, like for example, Spirit Airlines just got whacked really badly, it would read that news and automatically place the trade for you. That's like what an AI is, right? But the thing about it is AI is just more advanced types of bots. There's more powerful types of bots is AI based stuff. Okay, and another question here is, don't you have to run frequently to check the price, or do you set limit, in which case you might or might not get filled? So it depends on the algorithm again, right? So some algorithms you'll want to do like limit orders and take profits and stop losses and all that kind of stuff. Some algorithms do that, but other algorithms, you won't have any stop losses. You don't have any exits like that, right? Like every algorithm is different, right? Some of them you do want to like take a profit. Some of them you'll want to just hold it until the option expires, right? It depends on what the algorithm is, right? Every algorithm is going to perform a different function, right? It's kind of just set up however we decide to set it up, right? Does that make sense, right? Now, I feel like a lot of people, when they get into trading, they feel that trading has to be kind of what they see most people do, which is place a trade and then set a take profit and a stop loss. Like most people will think that that's the only way to trade, right? That is one way to trade, right? And we have algorithms that do that, right? We definitely have built a bunch of that kind of stuff. But not every algorithm does that. Some of them you just buy something and you just hold on to it until it expires, right? Or you'll hold on to it until the signal says to stop, right? Like if the Bollinger Bands go in the other direction, that's when you sell, for example, right? So it just depends on what you're doing, right? So Mary Bell says, so it doesn't have stop loss. So some of our algorithms have stop losses, some of them do not. The ones that you set up today do not have stop losses. That is just not part of how they work, right? It simply keeps a third of each and then holds them forever, right? We do have other ones that do have stop losses, right? We do have algorithms like that, but not every single algorithm has stop losses and take profits and all that, right? That is one way to trade. That's one way to make money. It is not the only way to make money. In fact, I've found that algorithms that do not use stop losses tend to actually make more money. I feel like a lot of people think stop losses will prevent you from losing money, but every time I've put stop losses into an algorithm, it tended to make it worse. It made you lose more money, right? And I can show you some of you guys, if you guys want, I can show you some of these one day. But yeah, that's just kind of how it is, right? It depends on the algorithm. Some algorithms are ones they want to do this stuff, and some algorithms they don't, right? Yeah, exactly, Maribel. So it will buy and sell based on some sort of criteria, right? So it might buy because a Congress member just bought the stock, right? Maybe we'll buy it because Nancy Pelosi bought it, right? That could be one algorithm, right? Or maybe we'll buy it because the Bollinger Bands are telling us the right thing, or maybe because our exponential moving averages crossed, or maybe we're buying it because some news came out about the stock. There's a bunch of different buy signals like that. And the same thing, there's a bunch of different sell signals, right? You might have a sell signal that's just, you're taking a profit or taking a stop loss, or you could have a sell signal that's like a Congress member sold it, or maybe the Bollinger Bands are showing you that it's time to sell, or maybe your EMA crossed the wrong direction and now it's time to sell, or maybe you just intended to keep it for 10 days, right? And now 10 days passed and it's time to sell. Every algorithm is different, right? We're going to have a bunch of different types of things that you can do, right? Yeah, exactly. And it's repeatable, right? Like all of this is mechanical, right? It's written in code. So it's following a specific set of instructions, right? That's what an algorithm is, right? It takes all the motion out of the trading and you could just run it and just forget about it and let it do its thing, right? That's the idea. And the important thing too is that you can back test it, right? Is that you can go over and see how did it do over the past 4 or 5 years? How would it have performed, right? So this is why, for example, I put my money into this algorithm is because when we back tested it, it did 16% a year, which is pretty damn good, right? That's almost double the return of the stock market, right? Or in other words, it did 2,000% over a 10-year, 14-year period. That's pretty, like, I mean, I wouldn't mind that, 20 times my money in 10 years. That's pretty damn good. If I had 20 times my money in 10 years from now, I'm going to be quite wealthy. I'll tell you that much, so to me, that's a good idea. And I put my money into that. Right. But then we have other ones that have even more impressive returns and have different types of risk profiles. We have all sorts of different algorithms out there. Okay, cool. Awesome. Any other questions, guys? These are all very good questions, by the way. Okay. So we'll leave it at that. I think it's very great. Thank you very much. I agree, Marybelle. I completely agree. I love doing this stuff too. This to me makes a lot more sense than trading manually, right? You can go into your account and just, I want to buy this now. I want to buy this now. Like most people just trade based off emotion, right? This takes the emotion out of it and makes it more of a calculated process, which when it comes to investing is a very good idea. You know what I mean? Yeah, no problem, Marybelle. And again, Marybelle, if you want to get the recording, I know you joined late. The recording is available if you buy our starter plan. So if you go to our website and buy the starter plan, it's $1. You get a trial for a week for $1. After that, it's $49 a month, but you get a week trial for $1. You'll be able to see the recordings in there. And we're gonna, after this is finished, I should be able to have this uploaded probably either tonight or sometime tomorrow. Right. So if you guys want to do that, if you want to see the recording, just go through the starter plan, you can get it there. Right. Okay, or for that matter, any of our plans, actually. If you sign up for any of our plans, you'll get access to it. Okay, cool. Oh, thank you. Awesome. Perfect. Sounds great. All right, guys. Hope you have a good night. It's been a pleasure. This is really fun. Enjoy your bots and check up on your accounts, right? Check up on your Alpaca account, see how this thing does over the next couple of days. If we see a nice bull run in crypto, you'll see you're making a decent amount of money. Try out our different algorithm, try out diversified leverage. And again, if you join our courses, I'll see you in class. I'll see you guys in our Tuesday class or our Thursday class, whatever you guys choose. All right. Hope you guys have a good night. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.